Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I ended up getting from my most recent trip to Florida. I went to Universal Studios and Disney World, and I wasn't planning on doing a haul video because I did end up showing a few of the things that I ended up purchasing while I was there, like during my vlogs. But I know that there are a few things that I did end up getting that I didn't show. And also I really did want to show all the pins that I traded because I didn't trade a ton this trip, but I did trade some. So I figured I'd want to show you guys, and I know everybody loves a haul. So I figure I will just show you guys what I did end up getting. So we're going to jump right into it. This is probably going to be a quick video. Like I said, I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. Well, in my eyes, I guess I didn't get a whole lot of stuff to normally what I get. But yeah, anyways, here we go. So I'm going to divide it into, I'm going to show you all the stuff from Universal first, and then I'm going to show you all the things from Disney, and then I will show you the pins I traded at the end. First up, one of the first things that I purchased from Universal is a refillable cup. This is one thing that I love about Universal that Disney does not do, and they have refillable cups for when you're actually in the parks. Disney only does them for when you're at your hotel, which Universal does do, but they do the ones that are in the park. So you pay, I think it's like $18 to get your cup, and then every day after that, if you just want to reload the cup and have the cup available for free refills all day, it's $11, which if you get 2 drinks, it ends up being worth it. So this is the cup that I ended up purchasing. It is the Halloween Horror Nights 2025 cup. This is the one I think that was in most of the places when I would like go to the different stores. This was the one that you were basically going to get. But the only thing that kind of was annoying was that after a couple days, I noticed, because I like to hang mine off of a carabiner on my bag, and I think it was like rubbing up against my bag on something, and a little bit of it did kind of flake off after a couple days. And I feel like my friend Evan told me, he's like, just go to a place and like show them and they might just give you a new one. And I feel like I could have done that, but honestly, I just didn't want to be bothered. So I'm just accepting that there's a little bit of a scuff up on it, but I got a Horror Nights cup. And then one of my last nights in the parks, I didn't end up bringing my cup in, and I regretted it so much because all I wanted was a Diet Coke. And I was like, I'm not getting a Diet Coke and like paying the like $7 for a Diet Coke when I could just like refill a cup. So I ended up seeing this cup, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want that cup anyways. So what's another cup for? So I ended up getting a second cup. This is the Wicked one. And I just thought this one was so cool. Well, I love Wicked, so I thought this was a fun one to get. But yeah, it just says Wicked Coca-Cola, and again, little handle on it. But yeah, so now I have 2 of those cups. And if we ever go back to Universal, you can bring these back. So it's not like it's just like a one-time deal like for your trip. Like you can bring them back. I think the one that Evan had is like from the first time he ever went to Universal. So you can reuse them for as long as you want to. So that's fun. So we have 2. So in case Austin and I ever go, we have 2 cups to bring. So another thing that is a very Universal specific thing, I am a Disney girl through and through. So I'm used to a magic band for your ticket and your passes. I love wearing a magic band. But a thing at Universal is to have a lanyard. And I will say I am much more of a magic band person than a lanyard person. After having a lanyard on for a full week, I was so ready to rip this thing off my neck. It was driving me crazy all week long because it's thick. Most of them were, and you could just like feel it on the back of your neck. I was always sweaty. It was always driving me crazy. But I got it and I wore it and I stuck through all week. But this is the one that I ended up getting. I got the Horror Nights one. Again, like the main premise of my trip was Horror Nights. That's what I was most excited for. So on the one side, it's like that like blue teal kind of color, and then this side is like the red, and it just says Halloween Horror Nights Universal Studios. And then I did end up getting the little pouch. You have to purchase them separate, and they're expensive for what they are. In my eyes, they're expensive, but you purchase them separate. And then I got a little pouch. Again, it's the Horror Nights one. It has a little gargoyle on the front, and then on the back you like put your little tickets and your passes in there. So we had I had my like room card in there. I had my Horror Nights. We had the Rush of Fear pass, so we could go like every night that was available. So I had that in there. And then I also had my Universal seasonal pass in there as well. So it is nice because it's like easy access, but I feel like it's just as easy access as having like Magic Band. And I would have rathered that. But I know you can do like your phone. But again, I just like, even with Disney, like you can use your phone for your ticket, but I don't like using that. I like having something like easily accessible, like a wristband. So anyways, that's my spiel about the lanyards, but that's what I got. And then the next thing that I got, pretty sure this was the next thing. I knew I wanted, I'm a plushie keychain girl through and through. I love having a plushie keychain. So I said, I have to have one for when we go to Epic. And I didn't want to waste time in Epic, like trying to find one to buy. So I pre-bought my plushie keychain for Epic. I really thought it through. But this is the one that I picked out. It is cutie little Toadette. And I love her so much. She is so cute. She's actually very big in comparison to the other plush keychains that they have. I don't know if they like pre-had her or what, but anyways, she is very big, but very cute. And I love her. So I got her. And then I also got one for Austin, because obviously Austin didn't go with me, but I'm like, I have to get him something, especially from Super Nintendo World, because he also loves Nintendo and Mario. So I ended up getting him the Boo keychain. Very, very cute. And now on these ones, they actually have the little tag that says Super Nintendo World. So I was like, well, I want a keychain that says Super Nintendo World since Toadette didn't have it. So on our last day there, when I was leaving the gift shop, I was just like walking through and I noticed that they didn't have this all week and then they had it the last day. So I had to snag it, and it is a pink Yoshi. So freaking cute. So I did end up getting the pink Yoshi for myself, and it does have the Super Nintendo tag. And then I did actually also get a regular Yoshi keychain for Austin's sister Caitlin. She also is very much into Mario. We all play Mario Party, Mario Kart all together all the time. So I did get her the regular Yoshi keychain, which I can put a picture in here. She is normally Birdo whenever we play Mario Party, but they did not have a Birdo keychain, as well as I am normally a Rosalina girl, but they did not have Rosalina keychains. So that is why we had to switch up who our regular characters were, but everybody's happy. Everybody got mostly who they wanted. Okay. And then on the Epic Universe train, I really wanted to get a magnet for Epic Universe for when we went, but they did not have any nice magnets. I feel like I am just like blessed at Disney World, and every little land or every little hotel or anything has like really nice detailed big magnets. For me, Universal just did not have good magnets. So it was basically, I think it was a pack of 2 magnets. They were just like flat plain magnets. They had no detail to them really at all. They were like, I think they were $15, and then for $17, I could get a really nice detailed pin. So that is what I ended up going with. I ended up going with a little Epic Universe pin. I really like this pin. Very, very pretty, very big. And again, for $17, I was like, I would rather spend the money on a pin. I'm a pin person. I don't normally have Universal pins. I wasn't wanting to get into all the Universal pins, but I figured I really did enjoy Epic Universe. Spoiler, or you would have already seen the vlog, but I really loved Epic Universe, so I did end up getting a pin. And then the other thing that I did get from Epic Universe was at the very end of our day, I went into one of the gift shops and they had this character on like a big stand with a bunch of them. And I read the little story on its tag and instantly fell in love and said, well, I need to have that. So this is Captain Cacao, and this is from the Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets shop in Epic Universe. And listen to this tag, okay? A chocolate bear who is Maya of the Sky's navigator. Together, they are constantly scouring the cosmos for new candies and confections to share with Celestial Park. I die. Like, so cute. And like, his little tag is just adorable. But I love him. I love the little star on his eye. I love how soft he is. He's very, very good quality. Like, it's not like one of those cheap quality stuffies, you know? It's like a good quality stuffy. And I love him. I love his little hat, his little belt. He's very official and very cute. So I had to leave with him because he reminded me so much of Duffy from Disney. And if you know, I love Duffy and Friends. So I'm adding him to the list of friends. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to. I love him. I love him so much. Oh, and then the other thing that I did end up getting from Epic Universe was, this was one going in I did know I was going to get because I really wanted to try the Donkey Kong float in Donkey Kong Country, I think is what it's called in Epic Universe. And when I saw that you could get the float with the cup or without the cup, I did ask Austin, I was like, do you want that cup? And he said, yes, 100% I want the cup. So I did get the barrel that the drink comes in. You can get it with or without. And it wasn't that much more to get it with the cup. So I said, why not? But yeah, a little Donkey Kong cup. And then it also comes with a little spoon, which is very, very novelty, but I like that it says Universal Studios on it. So very, very cute. But yeah, that's Austin's. Oh, and I did get one more thing actually from Halloween Horror Nights. This is the t-shirt that they do. So they do a bunch of different t-shirts every year they do specific ones for each house. And then they also do one for all the houses, which is the one that I got. And then they have one that's just like the overarching like theme as a front graphic. I am a back graphic person. I like a t-shirt with a back graphic on it. So this is the one that I got. So this is the front of the shirt. It's also wrinkly and full of cat hair. So, you know, that's just my life. But it has Halloween Horror Nights 2025 on the front. And then on the back, it has kind of the theme of it. It was like all the like origins of horror and like gargoyles and stuff was the theme. So that was kind of like the overlay, and then it has all the houses and the scare zones on the back, which we were able to do every single house and every single scare zone. So I am very happy that I ended up getting this one because it's just very monumental, and this is one I got. And I feel like a lot of people, it was really cool, like when you were at Halloween Horror Nights, a lot of people had like these t-shirts, but from years past. So it was really cool to see like all the different themes and like when people had gone before and what t-shirts they were wearing. And that was a thing too, like because Evan has been, I think he said 8 times, like this was his 8th year going. It was fun to like ask him like, oh, what theme is that one from? What year was that one from? Because he had been to most of them as well. So yeah. Okay, I think that is it for everything from Universal. So now we're going to transition into Disney stuff. Again, no particular order. So for Disney stuff, I had to go to the Riviera the one day because I was taking an Uber from the Riviera to my hotel over on Universal property. And when I went into the gift shop at the Riviera, they had brand new mugs there. And instantly when I saw it, I knew that Austin would want it. So I texted him a picture and he said, yes, I would like that. So this is the mug that I ended up getting for Austin. It is the Riviera. It has like the hotel in the background. It says Disney's Riviera. The handle is really cool. It's kind of flat, like it's like a flat handle. And then it has just like the stars and then the little DVC logo. And then on the back, it says Disney Vacation Club member, which if you don't know, Austin and I are Vacation Club members and Riviera is our home resort. So that is also why I got the mug. And then on the inside, there's a little Mickey kind of like embossed. I don't know. Anyways, it's like, you know, raised on the bottom. But yeah, very cute. Austin loves it. He's already had coffee out of it. And I told him he couldn't drink coffee out of it until I filmed a haul. And I guess I was taking too long because he already had coffee out of it. But now it is going back downstairs to go back in the cupboard. And I feel like they're going to do these with all the resorts because I did see one other resort that had this same cup. And I think it'd be fun to like collect them all because I think they would probably stack on top of each other because there's a little bit of like that like dip or like, you know, indent where you could stack them. And I definitely would collect them all, but I always get nervous because I'm like, how long are they going to do this for? Because if they're only going to do it for a couple years, I don't want to start collecting and only have like 2 hotels in this kind of mug. But anyways, very cute. Love the mug. Next up, I have a t-shirt that I ended up purchasing. This one I was humming and hawing before I even went there. I was like, do I get the t-shirt? Do I not get the t-shirt? And then when I was there, I saw it the first couple days and I was like, I don't know. And then the 3rd day I did end up buying it. One, because I was super sweaty and I needed to change my shirt because I was just like over it. But also because I wanted the t-shirt. But it is this Winnie the Pooh Halloween t-shirt. I am obsessed. He is so cute. He's so big. But he's in his little pumpkin. And then on the back, It's Tigger and his little pumpkin, and it is so cute. And I ended up going up 2 sizes in this. You okay? And I ended up going up 2 sizes in this t-shirt because I really wanted it to be like a really oversized fit. And I just find that everything from Disney shrinks. So no matter what, even if you like don't put it in the dryer, I find it still shrinks. So this is like very long on me, but I feel like if I end up washing it and putting it in the dryer, it will shrink a little bit and then it'll still be oversized for me. So anyways, I got that one. It was very cute. Very happy with my purchase. Sticking to the clothing theme, this is definitely one that I ended up drinking the Disney juice, and I don't know. I don't think I needed this at all, but it was super cute and I like it, and I wanted it for a while, but I wasn't really sure, but I finally was convinced by people on Instagram. And it is a little Pluto hat. I think this one is so cute. I love that his little tongue sticks down. I also love that these aren't super hot because they're like that mesh back, snapback. They are not super hot at all. So love that. This is the cute little Pluto hat. It doesn't look cute when my hair is up, but when my hair is down, it definitely looks better. But yeah, I really like him. He's very cute, very novelty, but love him. This is another purchase that while I was like on my way to Disney, or like before we even went, I knew that I wanted to get this. I wasn't 100% convinced on it, but after seeing it in person, I was 100%. And it is this yellow sweater with the little Mickey on the front. And then there is Walt Disney World at the bottom, kind of like embroidered in like rainbow, like pastel rainbow. This is just my vibe. This is my colors. I love bright, fun colors. And I wasn't sure, my only thing is I'm not sure about how this is gonna wash, because it's that kind of like, it's almost like that like punch, like carpet material on the front. So I'm just nervous how it's gonna wash, but I'm taking a risk, and I really hope that it stays really good quality because I love it so much and it's so cute. But yeah, I do need to wash it because I have worn it a few times, and I wore it on the plane. And I just find that when you wear stuff on the plane, instantly it's like, no matter if you like spilt anything on it or anything, it's like, it just feels dirty, you know? So I need to wash it. So here's hoping it stays, you know, good quality, but crossing my fingers. Okay, and then I think this is the last thing before I get into pins. Yeah. And then the last thing is a little plush keychain. Could I have packed myself one extra plush keychain for if I ended up going one extra day to Disney World? 100%. I have a million. Did I pack an extra plush keychain in case? No. Did I have a plush keychain to go into Magic Kingdom with that wouldn't feel like it clashed with other parks? No. So I did end up buying a plush keychain. But I ended up buying Pooh, and he is so stinking cute. I'm obsessed with him. I love all these new little plush keychains that they're doing. I love that it has like the little kind of Pooh Bear like emblem on it. So he has honey, like other characters have different little, you know, medallions. But yeah, very cute. I am a plush keychain girl through and through. I have used these for years and years and years, and I'm so glad that they're becoming more popular because it just means I can buy more. So Pooh Bear is the one that I picked for this trip. And it was so funny when I posted a picture of him on my Instagram story. Austin replied and he goes, "I love his smile." And I agree. His smile is so big. So cute. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pins that I ended up purchasing, and then we'll show you the pins that I ended up trading. Pins I purchased. We'll start with actually mystery packs because I did open these in my videos, like in my vlog, so you would have already seen them. But whoa, Rex. But yeah, so these are the ones that I did end up purchasing. So I ended up purchasing 3 of the Fantasy Flights packs. I did open 2 of them already. Both were duplicates, so love that for me. And I have a 3rd Fantasy Flights pack that I am really hoping is not the same as the other ones, because there are a bunch of ones on here that I really want that I still have not gotten. So that is the mystery packs. That will stay closed for a little bit because I like to save mystery packs for when like I'm just feeling a little bit down and I need a little bit of a Disney boost. So unfortunately I'm not going to open it in this video for you guys, but it'll be opened eventually. I did purchase 2 of the new 2025 Hidden Mickey pouches, or Hidden Disney pouches, sorry. Both of these also were duplicates. So love that. Also for me, I was really unlucky with those pins. And then I ended up getting one box of the Disney Magical Marksman pins. This one I only wanted Merida out of this set, and the only other one that we would have wanted was Hercules for the set for Austin. I did end up getting Hercules, but I didn't get Merida. So I don't want to buy another box of these if I don't have to. I'm hoping that I'm able to trade my other pin from this set for Merida, but we will see. And then I ended up getting one box of the Disney Toys in a Box set. And this one actually, we got really lucky because the only ones that I would have wanted were Figment and Mr. Toad, and I ended up opening Figment and Stitch in this box, and I was with Erin that day, and she ended up opening up Mr. Toad, but she already had him, so we ended up trading, so we did end up getting both the ones that we wanted from this set, so that was very lucky and happy. And then the last like pin that I bought was this one, and this is kind of my like commemorative pin that I wanted to get for this trip. Normally I always end up getting like the event that we go to, so whether it be like Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden, like after hours event, anything like that. But since I didn't go to the Halloween party and I didn't really participate in Food and Wine, I really didn't have any food from Food and Wine Festival. So I was like, I don't really want to get a Food and Wine pin because even though I was there, I didn't really participate. So I ended up getting this pin because I felt like it kind of commemorated the trip as a whole, because it was like a very Halloween-y trip because of Horror Nights at Universal, but it was also a solo trip kind of to Disney for me. So this is the one that I ended up getting, and it's just Minnie in her little Halloween outfit. And I feel like that is just like the perfect little commemoration, is that a word? Of my trip to Florida this year. So I'm really happy with that one. But yeah, that's really everything that I purchased. Again, everything is relative. So to me, it didn't feel like a lot of stuff really that I got, but I feel like to some, it probably seems like a lot. So to each their own. I don't know. It's what I got. So now moving on to pins that I traded. So I was only in the parks for 2.5 days at Disney. So this was all the trading that I was able to get done in 2.5 days. Honestly, I feel like I did pretty good, considering I really wasn't checking boards a lot. Normally when I'm at Disney, I know every single board. I go to every single board multiple times in a day. This day I was by myself, like all the days I was in Disney, I was by myself. I was kind of like hustling around by myself. I was trying to vlog. I was trying to take pictures. I was trying to just enjoy the moment of being alone. I got overwhelmed and I felt like I barely traded. So these are the ones that I ended up getting. First up, I have a little Stitch trash can. Now I do collect Stitch pins, but I don't like collect all Stitch pins. It's just the ones that I like. So I really want to try and save this for trading for a Figment trash can, because that's the only trash can that I actually want from that series. So I'm really hoping that I'm able to trade for Figment for the Stitch. And then I ended up getting this Minnie Mouse. I don't know if she's real or not. I feel like she is, because I feel like she looks really good and the borders on the back are good and like she feels nice and thick and like good quality. But it's this little Minnie with a little ear hat, and I think she's very cute. I feel like this is probably from some type of celebration of some sort. This says 2009 on the back, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cute, kind of caught my eye. These ones get faked a lot. So this could be fake, but it also could be real. I really don't know, but it's just going to stay in my collection anyway, so it didn't really bother me. But it is the little Ariel notebook. This is from a Hidden Mickey set from, I don't even know, 2014. But yeah, very cute. It's very likely that it's fake, but it feels okay. And again, it's just staying in my collection, so didn't really bother me. This one I think is very cool. This is going to be a Stitch pin that I keep. And this one is actually from Shanghai. And I feel like it's real. It feels good. The borders feel fine. Feels nice and smooth on the side. But it is Stitch on his side with 3D glasses. And I thought it's so interesting and cool and fun. And I thought that was a lucky find. This was one that I did a trivia question for and I got it right. And it is a Disney Duck Stitch pin. I am not going to keep this one, I don't think, because I don't love the ducks. The only duck that I would want is the Sorcerer Mickey duck. So again, I'm hoping to use this as trade bait for a Sorcerer Mickey duck. So that is the one I got. I got one of these because I know that Brandon and Heidi collect this collection. I collect Animal Kingdom, but I'm not really like the biggest fan of these boxes. But I know Brandon and Heidi collect it, and I don't know if they had him or not. So if they already have him and don't want him, then I'll just probably keep him for myself. But it is Donald from that newer Animal Kingdom mystery box collection. So yeah, I just don't love the colors on it. I feel like they're very like muted, and they just are very orange pulling. So I don't know. I wish they were just kind of like normal looking, you know. I wish they didn't have that like kind of overlay color to them, but yeah. Then I found this one on a board. I feel like this one's real, but it is of Mulan, which is kind of cool. Very, very slim, slender pin. But yeah, cool. I feel like that's like one of those like open edition ones. This one I think we already have, but I would kick myself if we didn't have it and I passed up on it. But it is the Cogsworth little ear hat. I think this is from a couple years ago, Hidden Disney Pins. But yeah, this is for Austin's collection if he does not already have it. This one I feel like is my favorite find of the trip. And this one I found in Animal Kingdom actually when I was with my friend Kimberly. And I just like saw him on the board and I was really excited about him, and it is a little Sorcerer Mickey. It's so cute. And this one's from that ink and paint collection. There was like a mystery tin, I think, that you could get a while back. But I just love it. I think he is so cute the way he's like holding up his little hat. And it is so hard for me to find Sorcerer Mickey pins in the wild because my friend Brandon collects Sorcerer Mickey, Brianna collects Sorcerer Mickey. So everybody that I normally go to Disney with, I find that I just like let them get the Sorcerer Mickey pins. So finally I was able to get my own Sorcerer Mickey pin, and I'm very happy about it. And then this pin I am so grateful for. This was actually a trade with a subscriber. She ended up coming up to me when I was sitting on the hub grass one day, and she was like, I have my pins, you want to trade? And she had a bunch of the new Hidden Disney Wave B pins, which I haven't seen any in person. And I was like, I don't have any of the Wave B to like trade with you, but she said she didn't mind and that she would trade with me for one of them. And the one that I would want the most out of any of them, I think probably is Pascal. So she had him and she was able to trade him for me. So I think this was my favorite trade with a real person, which was one of my subscribers. So I'm very, very grateful. Again, thank you so much for letting me trade this Pascal with you. He is forever going to live in my Tangled collection. He will not be traded. Do not worry. It's very in a good home. And then, okay, I think the last trade that I had, it's not very exciting. I feel like I should have saved the other one for last, but this was the last one. This was one, it's one of those like 50-50. You're going to get a good one or a bad one. This was one that I did a blind trade with a cast member. She just said it was diamond for diamond. So I said, why not? We'll try. I forget what I traded her. I think maybe a munchling or something. But I got a little 2025 Donald. So Austin collects Donald. I don't think he normally likes to collect ones with the years on it because we normally get a year pin on our own. So I don't know if he'll actually want to keep this one or not. So if he does, great. If he doesn't, right in my traders again. But yeah, so that is the haul for you guys for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's all relative. To me, it feels like we didn't get that much stuff, but then looking at it, I'm like, yeah, we got a good amount of stuff. But to other people, it might feel like we got excessive amounts, and others, it might feel like nothing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your favorite thing is, maybe that I got or that I traded for. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much also for all the love on the vlogs this series. I know they are different than what I normally feel like I post with Disney vlogs. They were much shorter. They were much more just kind of like for the vibes. But I hope you enjoyed them nonetheless. And yeah, a new trip I'm sure is coming very, very soon because it's booked. So I just haven't announced it yet, but it is booked. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.